What a week. There are times when you have these weeks where you always don't know you don't always know what to expect, as the government gets together and makes more guidelines, and then the unexpected happens in your life. And I look at all the things happening in our church and I realize that a lot of unexpected things are happening, but still God is the same yesterday, today, and he will be tomorrow. And so with this video today, that we want to just share some updates just in response to some of the new COVID guidelines that were released this week, and a few other important updates. So I'd love for you to make sure you listen to the rest of the video. But with the new guidelines, I met with the governing elders Thursday night to talk about how are we going to respond, how do we understand the guidelines. And the way we understood it is that what the Alberta has asked us to do is essentially 3 different guidelines for places of worship, at least for now. And those are to function with 1/3 capacity for fire code, masks which are required and mandated, and then also physical distancing. And most of those things we can accommodate for how we've been approaching Sunday worship over the past few weeks anyways. So we're going to have a few extra physical distancing measures present this Sunday. We're going to section off some pews and have some chairs available and ready to be set out. We're not going to be requiring registration at this time, and one of the reasons for that is that most of our in-person Sunday worships have not exceeded the fire code capacity for the sanctuary, and so we don't anticipate that we're going to go over that number. If we do, we will revisit whether we need to do registration or not. But for the time being, we just welcome people who are comfortable and want to come worship in person on Sunday morning, that you do come. Be prepared to wear a mask. We're still having a Bethel Kids ministry, which involves children staying with your families for part of the service and then going down later. You can check in as you come in to the sanctuary in the corner. So all that's taking place, and we're going to also function the same way with other ministries in the works. But as you can imagine, all our leaders for different ministries, ranging from Alpha, Oasis, small groups meeting, and even Dove Taekwondo, you can imagine all those groups are trying to figure out what these guidelines mean for them. And so we are open to working with all groups and ministries in the sense of the kind of opportunities these guidelines provide for us. And that might mean, yes, that they change their plans and go virtual, but they also might choose to meet in person and continue with those plans. So with the groups that you're involved with, just continue to reach out to the leaders and ask what they're planning and how they're responding, and also know that they might need some time to figure out what they are going to do moving forward. So just please take note of that. Because we had a lot of different ministries taking place. Oasis was supposed to start next week, and I know that the leaders are trying to talk amongst themselves of how to go forward, and they're considering ways that they can. So we'll try to provide some more updated information on Sunday if we have it, and just let you know as we go. And the reality is, and I just want to say this also, that even though these are the guidelines this week, they could roll out new ones next week or 2 weeks from now. And so part of this and the challenge for a lot of us is that we just adapt. We adapt to the moment, to all the opportunities present into it, and then we do it well together and graciously with each other. So I certainly would invite you into that. This is how we're adapting this week, and if we need to adapt further, we will. But we know that God has us and he's with us. The last update I want to share, and it's something that we're going to include in our email going out Friday, is an update about children's and media ministries. As you know, Jesse Horrocks, as our director for both those ministries, has just done a lot of work in those areas over the past year. And that update is about just some of the things that you might want to expect going forward. And one of those things is that we anticipate that Jesse's not going to continue working with us in those roles. And that means that those ministries are going to go through some level of change. Please look at the letter, and please let us know if you have any questions about that. We're going to be working to actively engage in finding interim help for those positions. And we also want to say our sincere thank you to Jessie for how much she's helped us. We're so grateful for her work with us, and we definitely want to celebrate her and thank her in the weeks to come. Those are the updates for this week. And those are things that impact Sunday. It impacts next week. So please respond here wherever you're reading this video, or email us at info@discoverbethel.com. And we will stay in touch and let you know what is going on with us. And we certainly want to know what's going on with you. God bless.